And this is how we're going to keep it, folks. Welcome back. Hey. So, update on what happened yesterday. Um, I got the garden stock planted. That is going to be a green bean stalk. So it is full of green beans. I planted 2 seeds in each compartment. I think I'm going to transplant some ground cherries into these. I don't think they need so much. I don't know. I don't know how heat hardy they are. We'll find out. But I'm going to save some to plant elsewhere too. I did get my hydrangea planted in this sea of oregano. Don't ever buy this kind of oregano. Whatever it is. It's a beast. The store-bought and rooted mint is coming along nicely. A little more detail than your normal. I'm going to harvest some lettuce today, I hope, for a salad. Depends on my energy level. Oh my gosh. So, got that garden bed's going to fall apart. We had so much rain. There are mushrooms popping up. So this is what got done out here. So, got done. So there are these 4 garden beds. Now my only issue here, this was supposed to be leveled. Well, maybe that did settle down a bit. But see in the back here, because it wasn't leveled, what happened? And then this one isn't even placed properly. But my issue is because this wasn't leveled properly, there are all these little dents and divots and stuff. And so I am such a klutz. I will break a leg. I will. I'll break a hip. I'll break a leg on these. I don't know. I'm going to have to some of these are really bad though. I don't know. Chris has faith that some of it will level out, but I'm telling him no, when you have more mass in one spot, it's never going to level out. So, and then that's too close to the edge. We're going to have to move these before we start filling them. But yeah, I am concerned about the fall risk for me in here because of the hills and valleys, but I still have, there's still some beds that have to be put together. I think I have 5 more left. 1, 2, 3, 5 or 7, somewhere in there. Depends on how many panels we have left. So there's that. And then what I'm going to try today, because the complaint yesterday was it's hard. Yeah, it's going to be hard. So, but hey, Bun. Chris is mowing the lawn, so he's getting a handle on that. So, but I've got to get him to quit mowing with the blower towards stuff, because now we're going to have grass seeds all in the covers. It's just a learning curve. He's just going to have to get used to it. I always blow away from structure, so I have to, because I don't like blowing, and I don't want twice as much work. So now that has to be blown, and it shouldn't ever have to be blown if you mow it right. So this is what happened yesterday. Unfortunately, I thought everything was understood. I thought I made myself clear a few times. But then what happened was he started to hill a row right here. But you know my yard, right? I've got Bermuda grass everywhere. So to err on the side of caution, I wanted a solid strip to border the entire garden, and then we'll put the fencing in, I don't know, maybe, because it has to overlap 6 inches. So probably beyond the overlap of 6 inches, we'll put in a T-post for the fencing. Now, I think I want to probably just try heating up the T-post with a torch, and then just stick it where it needs to be and pound it in. And then that should keep a fairly tight seal around the plastic, and we won't get so many weeds. I think what they were talking about doing was putting the fence post like on the line. I don't know, but then you're going to have an overlap. So they didn't want to overlap it, is the thing. But then you're going to have a whole line all the way around here on the fence line. You're going to have to weed, and that's going to be a problem. Because again, you'll have to use a weed eater on that, and then you will be flinging stuff into the garden beds and into the stuff. And with this stuff, like, you don't want this dirt to stay here long term, because things will, seeds drop from the birds and they will deposit it. So again, now this is really lumpy. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to try and cut this with the mattock. I think, see, that's the thing. I kept recommending I have flat shovel. I have a curved shovel. Chris used, I don't know, I've got this little pointy kind of short shovel. But I think the mattock is going to cut through this. And part of the other problem was they waited so long to get out here to do any work that stuff started growing back up. And even if this was lightly tilled, it was not green before. I think it's just where the tufts of grass sat, and then we had rain for a week, and they just were like, oh yeah, I'm happy. The soil's loose, my roots can breathe, and they just took off. So that complicated things, even though we have those up there. And then we took the silage tarp off the kennel, so we put it up here to help kill that stuff early. So we're going to try and work down here, but I think the mattock, should cut through any of this fairly quickly. And so here you can see this is kind of like the middle right here, and that's where that row will be, but that needs to be a little bit flatter. And see, this is all lumpy bumpy. It needs to be a little bit flatter for me, because again, if I'm out here walking, I'm gonna fall. Look how deep that is. Like, that is a huge fall risk for me. I don't know. So I'm just going to have to work on this by myself, I guess. They've quit, basically. I don't even think they want to come back for building the rest of the beds. So, but I do have a gentleman coming Monday, perhaps. I don't know, some stranger from next door, maybe. I don't know. So if you don't see me, and I scheduled him because I thought these people, they said they would be back Monday, and then today they're like, no. And that's okay, they're family, so I can't hate them. But we're going to stay positive. It's going to get done. It's just not going to get done in a timely manner. And I put an ad on Nextdoor. I'm willing to pay people to come, and I guess there aren't people willing to work doing manual labor. Somebody said they did landscape, they'll do gardens, they'll do this, they'll do that, and then they asked me, like I said, it was hilling a garden, and they like, you mean tilling? And I said, no, it's been tilled, it just needs to be hilled up. And then and they had posted earlier they were looking for a job for their nephew for the summer because he wanted to go to the beach. Well, I guess he doesn't want to work that hard. But this older gentleman, we'll see, he's from Florida, so we have a connection there. We haven't talked about that, but who knows, he might work out. And since he's used to working in the heat, that gives him a leg up. Now, yesterday was beautiful. Unfortunately, we have this haze from Canada but it's providing a little bit of overcast environment here. So it's keeping things a little cool. And yesterday there was a beautiful breeze. Today they're working on it. But yesterday it was the afternoon where the breeze kicked up. It was right on time. It was gorgeous. So I'm going to get off of here, but I wanted to give you a Monday update on what happened over the weekend and where we're at. So it's going to be a slow process, y'all. The only thing I wish I had more silage tarp. You remember I had a bunch of silage tarp that got sold for like $10 in a garage sale. About as much as up there. And that stuff isn't cheap. But yeah, so I'll just have to hurry up and get motivated to work through this and get these beds in. So wish me luck, y'all. Love ya. Talk to you later. Bye.